Hello, I'm Dr. Priscilla, and today I'm going to read a lesson from Breaking News English. It is a mini lesson. The title of this lesson is Man Paints Own No Parking Lines Outside His House. Man paints own no parking lines outside his house. Take a moment and look at this interesting picture of the parking lanes. Now I will read the article. A man in New Zealand has taken road traffic safety into his own hands. For the past 20 years, Russell Taylor has been illegally painting yellow parking restriction lines on the road outside his house. Mr. Taylor told the BBC News Agency that the reason for his actions was to improve traffic safety in his neighborhood, in the capital, Wellington. He also wanted to protest against gentrification. Mr. Taylor said he initially painted the yellow lines after becoming fed up with the local council's lack of interest in following up residents' complaints about road safety. He explained that he had seen numerous accidents and near collisions on his narrow street, and that his actions have made the road safer. Wellington City Council confirmed it was aware of the road markings and that they would be removed. It pointed out that it was illegal to install fake traffic devices, such as Taylor's homemade yellow lines. It said, "We are aware of problems and complaints about parking in Holloway Road, and that the fire service had trouble getting to a house fire there in the past year because of parked vehicles." It also said it would be meeting residents to discuss the idea of installing no parking signs. The council added that Mr. Taylor would not be prosecuted for his illegal road markings. It said, "Given the glorious and healthy history of civic activism in Holloway Road, we would rather not pick an unnecessary fight." For those of you who listen to me read the article, questions that I might ask of you would be, 1, what are you willing to do to make your environment safety? What if your actions was illegal? Would you be willing to face the consequences of your actions? That would be something that you could think about and we could discuss. The next thing I'd ask you to do is to be able to look at the true-false questions and tell me from what you remember from reading or listening, is it true or false? The next thing that we would do is look at the synonym match, and we'd match these words with 1 through 10 with A through J. Illegally is the same as unlawfully. Improve, I believe improve would be to, boost. Protest would be the same as complain. Fed up would be, undesired. Numerous perhaps would be many. Removed could perhaps be the same as erased. Residents, of course, these are the citizens. Installing means to be able to put something in, putting in. Glorious is absolutely wonderful. And unnecessary. This could be sick and tired, but I think instead of it being sick and tired, I think it's going to be unnecessary. It is going to be undesired. I'm going to choose it here, and I'm going to make fed up sick and tired. So I have two that I will use for fed up. I'm going to use fed up as sick and tired, and fed up is going to be undesired. All right. These answer choices, of course, are based upon the article that I just read. Finally, I'm going to ask the participant to look at this writing segment. Of course, we are not writing anything, but if I were to give you homework, I would ask you to write about this prompt. No one should be allowed to park cars on city streets. And you would discuss this in your writing. Your writing might start out with, in my opinion, people who drive cars should, blah, 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 whatever your thoughts are. But in this case, we would actually talk about it in this session. We might also choose to talk about things for student A, or we might choose to talk about options for student B. We would decide. Finally, we would look at the role play, and I would ask, choose one of these items and discuss whether you think higher car tax is the best way to reduce traffic in town, or do you think more buses rather, is the best way to reduce traffic in town? Or do you think underground roads is the best way to reduce traffic in towns? Or finally, free bicycles. Do you think free bicycles is the best way to reduce traffic in towns? All of these options will give you the ability to practice speaking fluently. I will give you phrases to use, such as, in my opinion, that's an interesting point, I don't agree, I do agree. So when you start to learn phrases, this too will help with your fluency. Thank you for listening. I look forward to your scheduled conversational English class. I am Dr. Priscilla. And today's reading is from Breaking News English, the mini lesson, Man Paints Own No Parking Lines Outside His House. Bye.